As we move on to chapter 5, I just note my face is a little red from the wind today. We've had a cold day in Canada. I'm from St. Thomas, Ontario, Canada, and we had a day of minus 14, including the wind chill factor. It's just after midnight here on a new day, and so I've been at this for a while. If my voice gets rough or I get a little bit lost, please forgive me, but please stay tuned, as some of this information is very pertinent and vital to helping develop better self-consciousness and self-awareness. So with that, let's move on to chapter 5. Apologies. The temporal dynamic as a therapeutic modality. The temporal dynamic of the human mind carries with it more than a simple theoretical basis for explanation of how the psyche is structured. It is also a therapeutic treatment modality, this element incorporated into assessment and evaluation measures. Function of assessment models. And as a further note, this document once again is published online. If you check my link tree, go to LinkedIn, you should be able to find it there. Also, attached to it are the actual assessment models. I'll just hold them up so people can review while we look at this chapter and look and listen to this chapter. So if you're able to screenshot or pause for a moment and have a look at this information, it may help understand how we're structuring things in 15 parts in general, kind of prime numbers, 7s, 3s, that sort of thing. And none of this information is classified or protected. You can actually make use of these models, provided that you're an accredited professional or clinician. The other models that are included and mentioned here, such as the VREG, the PCLR, HCR20, and other threat assessment models, are published, accredited, and all of these models are based off of the evidence that was collected in the creation of those accepted models. With that, we can just go ahead and continue on. Function of assessment models. As a means to passively engage the client in a process of conscious awareness development, the questionnaires, report, record, documents, and violence evaluation meters are all structured in a similar form. You can see the appendix for examples. This makes it possible to correlate results between differing applications. In its basic structure, there are 3 levels of illness: form disorders, which are major mental illnesses, physiological syndromes, and complex trauma causing disturbance. Variant state illnesses are comprised of behavioral and mood disorders, deviated, I think I used that word twice, deviated derivations of psychosis and affectation that disturb the personality functioning of an individual. Lastly, personality disturbances or identity conflicts relate to personality disorders and simplex or complex ideation that affects functioning in a negative manner. So we have form disorders, variant state illnesses, and personality disturbances or identity conflicts. Under these 3 classes, the entire spectrum of psychiatric impairment is assessed and addressed, the classification helping to make understanding of illness congruent to severity and type of impact, meaning knowledgeable insight is enhanced through a comprehensive diagnostic schema. As such, all documents bear, to an extensive degree, similarity to the original reporting produced by clinicians. Structuralization through therapy. Following this patterning or patternation, an accessibility, structuralization, and educational platform are established, meaning therapeutic intervention is always in line with medical treatments, and a mnemonic schema is developed that intelligible persons can use to fully assess their own functioning. It is in this way that the model assists in the implementation of additional resources and measures to help guide therapeutic progress towards complete and individual function. The documentation itself, though, through accountable updates, gives at a glance a means to find relative behaviors and recognizable traits to reference typology of diagnosis without necessitating a full review. This is particularly important and effective when dealing with personality disorders, bipolarity, and schizophrenia and or schizoaffective components, as early impressions form the basis for quality of interaction and the trust needed to garner a healthy rapport.